Democratic lawmakers repeatedly called on Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem to resign as they confronted her on Trump's immigration crackdown during a heated House Homeland Security Committee hearing Thursday. Noem's opening statement was briefly interrupted by protesters.
I'm looking forward to discussing the worldwide threats that this country faces and the work that President Trump and his administration does each and every day to make America safe again. I'm very privileged and honored today to have my family with me. I'd like to introduce them to you.
Disruptions of congressional business is a violation of law, is a criminal offense under federal law. Audience members are advised to take their seats and maintain order. The chairman may now ask Capitol Police to remove and arrest the persons creating the disturbance.
Get ICE off our streets! Stop terrorizing our community! Get ICE off our streets! Stop terrorizing our community! Get ICE off our streets! Stop terrorizing our community!
During the hearing, Congressmember Delia Ramirez of Chicago, the daughter of Guatemalan immigrants, announced she's taking the first steps to impeach Kristi Noem.
You lied on the record, and you lied to members of this committee. You violated court orders by not turning around deportation flights bound for El Salvador, where we know that hundreds of people under your leadership have reported that they were raped, they were beaten, and they nearly died. And your agents used chemical weapons in Chicago despite court orders from District Court Judge Ellis forbidding their use. Secretary Noem, you, Gregory Bovino, and your ICBP and DHS deputized agents have waged an unaccountable, unlawful, unconstitutional war against communities across the nation. Our residents have been surveilled, they've been threatened, they've been tear gassed, they've been hit with pepper balls, they've been shot, they've been subjected to warrantless arrest and precision immobilization maneuvers, they've been kidnapped and disappeared under your leadership. Bottom line, you lie with impunity. You reject checks and balances, and you ignore Congress and the courts. Your options are limited. Either you're going to resign, Trump's going to fire you, or you will be impeached. I've already called for your resignation. You may remember I hand-delivered my request to you back in May, and I urge you to reconsider resignation because I've taken the first step towards your impeachment, and I've called on the Judiciary Committee to open an investigation into your lawlessness.
That was Congressmember Delia Ramirez of Chicago, who joins us now. Congressmember Ramirez, that was a fiery hearing yesterday. Explain what it would mean for Kristi Noem, the Secretary of Homeland Security, to be impeached.
Look, Amy, it would mean that we would actually go through the process and initiate the process through an investigation and then an impeachment committee to look at all of the things that have happened under her leadership over this last year, their impeachable offenses, to establish the articles necessary to bring before the body in Congress the actual vote to impeach her. It would mean, in essence, remove her. We've called for her resignation. You know, Amy, I've been calling for her resignation since May. Now other members of Congress, Democrats, are calling for the resignation, but we're past resignation. We actually need to look at everything she's done, the ways that she's committed offensible, impeachable crimes as a secretary, and actually move to a full formal impeachment, in which it would mean that she would not be able to work as secretary, but also in any of his leadership positions.
And Representative, I wanted to ask you about a new report today in the media in terms of ICE claiming in response to a Freedom of Information request from the Freedom of the Press Foundation that they have no records of any videos that they took during Operation Midway Blitz in Chicago. Your reaction to this assertion by ICE?
I mean, I'm no longer surprised, right? And let's be clear, we can't normalize any of this, but they are operating as a criminal organization, the Department of Homeland Security under her leadership. Of course, all of a sudden, they don't have any footage because the footage would show that what in fact happened via Midway Blitz was to me, the highest offense of criminality under the leadership of Kristi Noem. Someone got killed, shot and killed under her leadership. People were dragged out of their cars. They were beaten. They were disappeared. And what we also saw was that these agents that were weaponized across the city of Chicago and suburbs were identifying people, abducting, beating, and attacking them based on the color of their skin. We also know what we saw at Broadview Detention Center repeatedly, the way that ICE peppered ball, attacked, used these immobilization techniques to harm people. All of that was excessive force and illegal in many ways. And video footage, if they showed it, would show it. Fortunately, the people, the community, had a lot of that footage that was used in courts to demonstrate that what she has done is unconstitutional, unlawful, and has violated her oath as Secretary of Homeland Security.
And in terms of the killing that you mentioned, could you talk a little more about what has been discovered since then about what the ICE agents claimed the woman was assaulting them and the facts as have come out afterward?
You know, they said that the woman, Marimar, had assaulted agents and assaulted Bovino when we actually, in fact, know that, no, she had not shot at them. They shot at her, not once, 5 times. This is a force of terror. That is what we are seeing. And what we saw from my colleagues on the other side of the aisle in committee yesterday was a thank you tour. Every single one of them thanking her for committing crimes, thanking her for violating the rule of law, thanking her for killing people based on the color of their skin, thanking her for disappearing people in detention, thanking her for the people who have died in ICE custody. We know that more than 25 people have died. And when I asked her about the 170, at least, American citizens have been detained under her leadership, you know what she did? She laughed at it. Because she thinks that she is above the law as long as Republicans are in leadership. And that's why, to me, it's so important for Democrats to be using every single authority, whether it's in committee, whether it's on the floor, or in investigations, to hold them accountable. We can't allow her to think this is a laughable matter as people are dying under her watch.
I wanted to ask Congressmember Delia Ramirez, if there is a move among Congress members to support Ilhan Omar and object to President Trump's comments, calling a sitting Congress member garbage. I remember when Adelita Grijalva was not seated, Congress members like you, especially Congresswomen, stood up and demanded that she be seated after she was elected. What about with Ilhan Omar now, to say the least, under assault from these extremely inflammatory comments?
Yeah, no, look, a number of us have talked about establishing a resolution that confirms that we stand in solidarity with Ilhan Omar, that we will not allow the president to use his authority to attack her, to put her life in danger, and call her to question a sitting member of Congress from Minnesota because of her hijab, because of where she was born. We know that it is setting dangerous precedent. It may start with Ilhan. Certainly some of us, they have attempted and talked about deporting us, denaturalizing us. I was born in this country, and they still say this. And it's not Donald Trump, just Donald Trump.
We have 5 seconds.
Donald Trump is using Andy Ogles and others, so it is our responsibility to stand with Ilhan because it's standing with the body and the House of Representatives.
Thanks for watching Democracy Now! On YouTube. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to make sure you never miss a video. And for more of our audience-supported journalism, go to democracynow.org, where you can download our news app, sign up for our newsletter, subscribe to the daily podcast, and so much more.